Inshallah, next year we'll be back in Palestine. So let's start this conversation, kind of this historical overview, in getting one thing very amongst Palestinians who understood that the colonial government in Palestine was a Zionist one, despite being formally British. For instance, in a 1923 complaint addressed to Hajj Amin al-Husseini by a Palestinian prisoner being held in the Jerusalem Moscovia prison, he, in this complaint, expressed grievances with the British appointment for this prison, who happened to be a Jewish prison director named Banks. The findings of the British mandate itself also demonstrates this collective awareness, as well as the complacency of colonial governments who saw from a very early period the disasters that were bound to take place and the tragedies that would transpire years later. Also, the colonial element of mass exploitation that was happening during this period, with forced prison labor being imposed upon captured Palestinians, whether those in British jails previously or those that were swept up during Zionist exploit and Zionist, what's the word, sorry?
Maybe she's getting distracted.
Like rampages, and the 530 villages that were destroyed. Instead, Palestinians that were arrested during these sweeps by Zionist forces were forced to go into to other neighboring villages that had already been leveled to the ground, and to collect the belongings of the people that had been killed or expelled and transfer them to Zionist settlers. So they most literally had Palestinians forced to participate in their own annihilation. So there were many different components to the way that the Zionists kind of adopted British tactics that had existed in Palestine in terms of prison labor and forced labor and exploitation, but then there was also this eliminatory element that we saw in a completely different way once the Zionists took charge.